Good morning, afternoon, and evening, ladies and gentle people. We are here, stage 2 of the Valorant Oceanic Tournament Open Qualifiers 2. Tonight, we have the round of 32, and bringing you that, Self D-Swell and Audio Compass. How are you doing tonight, my friend?
I'm fantastic, thank you, D-Small. How are you yourself?
Happy. I mean, we've got some more VOT action. The last tournaments, which was about 2 to 3 weeks ago, the first open qualifiers, showed some impressive results with some unknown teams at the time pushing their way up into the top 4, challenging some of the more well-established teams and pushing their way up into the closed qualifiers. So I'm looking forward to seeing the start of that tonight, especially for best of 3.
Yeah, certainly. It's great that we're getting a bit of a format change here. Get a with a best of ones format. You know, we feel you feel a little bit shafted if you just don't get the right side for your team, or if you just get like hard counted on like a compositional choice, and so you like get counted in the loading screen. Essentially, it can feel a bit rough, especially for these teams who are really trying to prove themselves it's going to be great to see what happens with the scene, considering we've now got this best of 3 format.
And tonight, our matches are played. We have them selected, we've got them ready, and first up we do have Ascent, and we'll be jumping that very shortly, which should be a fun one. Coming up afterwards, Haven, and then Finds. So now we will be jumping into our map pick. The first pick up was, I believe it was DGenZ that picked our Ascent for the evening. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, it was Finality. Yes, it was Finality that picked Ascent.
Of course, I knew I'd be wrong. I had a feeling. I could have went with my gut, but I was like, nah, I'll go with my brain. Don't go with your brain. It's not right.
Yeah, so we do have the comps coming through here now. Just the first few locks coming through. Finality will have Breach, Jet, and Killjoy locked in over here. So this is a team that actually we've had the pleasure of casting in not only the Valorant Oceanic Tour, but also the AOE Sports broadcast, the Conquest Clash. So this team, Pendulum, is definitely a player that I've cast a lot in the past. Previously, you said, he was a hard Brimstone main, so he is currently hovering the Omen.
Choose your agent.
Which will be interesting to see if
Brimstone's
he does
kind of fallen off recently, but he kept trying to make it work, and at times we definitely saw it pay off.
Ooh. That being said, on the side of DGenZ, we do have Osakai, who has locked the Brimstone in terms of the defending side. So altogether, now this is quite the interesting comp we have here, Diesel. We have 3 duelists on the side of the defenders.
Yes, it's a little strange. Like we don't see a Sage, we don't see any Cyphers. They're two very known characters for Ascent and locking down these sites and freeing up players. We've gone a very aggressive match. We're going to see a slugfest.
This is going to be fun. Yeah, this is going to be very interesting. So definitely probably the 3 more popular duelist picks as far as that goes. So we have the Reyna, the Raze, and the Jet coming through on the side of DGenZ, and whereas our attacking side just going for the standard double duelist comp. So just the Breach as far as Initiate is concerned. No Sova on either side here. Now that's definitely a very interesting compositional choice. Definitely Sova, basically a must pick on this map as far as a lot of pros would be concerned. We'll see how it goes. A little bit less information, a little bit more contact play, a little bit more just running in and ripping people's heads off. This is what we love to see.
That's for sure. And 3 duels, like you said, we're going to get plenty of that. And we're going to see Weak Sauce. It's going to start looking to be a bit aggressive. He's going to spot the turret, and instantly sees 2. And he's like, nope, I'm out of here. Starts to retreat. And he's already started to call one of his teammates over to the side, which is leaving mid open. So Finality creating a lot of space on the map here, and we'll see what they would like to do with it.
Certainly, yeah. It's just so it was the 3 players pushing into garage. The spike has just been left in spawn. Now that the noise has been made, the Breach will back around, and it'll be a push into A with the spike. It will see, but we have the Jet from the side of DGenZ push right up here in wine, but Levi will go down there to by the hands of Mythical NZ. Now it's going to be a rotate over from the other side of B, but Pendulum
Ooh.
does manage to pick up a kill over on this B site as well. Not entirely sure what's going to happen as far as the hits go, and it's just going to be a full funnel through the mid at the moment for Finality.
Man, that was sneaky. They popped on one side, so the team's like, okay, we're gonna leave this side. As soon as they started leaving the side, they killed him. Now they're running down mid, and Osake gets lashed up there as they storm the B side with only a potty wrap left to go up against 5 while his team try to rotate. It's gonna be scary for him here in Boathouse. He's gonna get blinded. He's just gonna get fired on down like it was just his life was worth nothing.
And now it's just 2 players coming in this from the defender spawn here, Osakai and Hisoka. The Brim and Jet respectively. We're gonna peek out here. We'll run into Finality's Ifex on the stairs here, sitting up near this market position. We'll manage to pick up both of those kills. They will pick up the kill onto Pendulum there, but he'll secure 2 kills and an assist that round, so he's not feeling too bad for himself. We'll pick up a Sheriff coming into this next round, and it'll be a little bit of a force up here from Finality, and just a bit of a force up in terms of pistols as well from DGenZ on the defending side.
I think it's going to be interesting because Finality is happy to kind of play the map. Like, first rounds, you usually push a site quite fast and storm it and show a little bit of aggression, especially with 3 duelists, but they decided to play it slow, tactical, and if this is something more to come, we're going to have to see DGenZ kind of adapt to that style, whether they be aggressive and try and take the pace away that Finality want to play, or they just bring it to them, let them come to it, and go for good retake executions on these sites. But once again, it's only round 1, pistol round. Not quite too sure, but I think it's going to be a sign of what's to come.
Yeah, of course. It's pretty expected that our attacking side would come out victorious here, considering the buys. But we'll see what they can get done. It looks like Mythical NZ and Captain Max are about to make their way onto the A site. Levi having a quick peek into A main there, but we'll back off without yielding any bounty. Now Zyfex and Aledo pushing in through mid. Aledo will get taken out, but Potty Wrap and Levi picking up the kills on Zyfex, Pendulum, and Captain Max respectively. It's now just Mythical NZ in the 1v4. Manages to get the kill on Levi. Picks up Potty Wrap there as well with the Spectre. Weak Source as well has gone down. And it's now just Hisoka in the 1v1 versus the Reyna on fire this round.
I mean, I can't believe they did that. I mean, it was looking so well for the defense. DGenZ just suddenly got kills where they shouldn't have gotten kills, and they traded really well. Like, one person went down with the shorty up top near Cubby, but they had Potty firing from grass up top, returning kills, and then every time someone died, they were just there with a beautiful rotating from their jets, which puts them in this 1 versus 1 position that they shouldn't be in. They've destroyed the economy of their opponents, and now Hisoka, he's up against Mythical. Can Mythical pull out the 4K for the round? And he goes for it. He looks, he sees the rotate in, and he grabs it. What a wonderful round by Mythical that salvaged something that looked so dire.
Yeah, Soka not even looking at market there after the door goes. He breaks the door there. He just runs straight around, but Mythical NZ holding up nice and close. Here's the footsteps, just rotates out of that position and catches him on the off angle. Fantastic stuff there from Mythical NZ. The 4K on the round.
Ooh, and he's looking pretty there. 5-0 to start off the game. That is some confidence we got on him, but their firepower's looking a little dreadful compared to their opponents right now.
Yeah, well, they did buy the Spectres into the last round, and having only Mythical NZ be the sole survivor, you know, it is going to put a bit of a dent there in terms of what they can buy into this essentially the bonus round for the defender's side. But Captain Max, however, will pick up the first kill. Levi going down there. Potty Rab going bad down in the back of B side as well. Weak Source spamming through the smoke here, coming through from mid-market, but only does some damage. Hasn't found any kills there. Osakai does manage to pick up one onto Aledo, but Mythical NZ with the dismiss there will spot out the lone member playing in market. In fact, there is Hisoka there as well. However, the Bombot will give away his position. So we know just the 2 defending players coming out of market and 4 players almost all on site. Just the Omen playing off here in B garage will go down.
A little unfortunate there. Weak Sauce was going to check the corner and garage, and then he pre-fired, turned around, which gave the Omen time to reposition and take out his teammate, shutting it down from a 3 versus 2 down to a 3 versus 1. It's a little unfortunate there. It's just one of those timing matters when you you think you've checked the corner and you feel like, okay, no one's there, no one's peeked me, it's time to push the site because the bomb's ticking, and got rushed a little bit, and unfortunately the mistake was forced there by Finality. Now they've got 3 rounds in a row, which, once again, their round was looking a little average in terms of the firepower they brought into it.
Yeah, it's looking a lot better this time, and of course the DGenZ on the defense have just the Sheriffs a single stinger in their hands. So it is going to be a bit of a difficult one to pull up. Going to require these one-tap headshots to be hit. Just a few shots being fired around mid at the moment, but Finality are just sitting up, not giving away any information, just hearing and feeling things out, expecting the defense potentially to play a bit more aggressive, considering their lack of buy.
Which, as you say, that Hisoka's pushed so far up, but Mythical was prepared for it. He was ready. He finds himself a kill, and now the action starts on the map. Smokes go down in mid. They're starting to cover their spots. Weak Sauce takes a lot of shots, but somehow still survives with 5 HP. He's going to have to retreat. He's still being aggressive there. He still wants to find something, but at this stage, you need to regroup, wait for your teammates, and then play an angle so you can heal up from that Devourer. And now we've got the smokes coming on down. The A site's being executed. It is fully clear with Osake, the only one left here on this site, hoping some teammates rotate over quickly.
Yeah, Mythical NZ does comp his first death of the game to Levi with the Sheriff headshot over there in A main, but it didn't matter in the end as he was collected. But it is now just the plant on A. And 3 players coming in, 1 through market, 1 through heaven, 1 through A main. So there is players covering all of these positions, however, and Osakai, the first player to push, will go down. Weak Sauce, however, does pick up the kill into Captain Max, will go down as soon as he exits his dismiss, however.
A little bit unfortunate there. He finally got some health, but he couldn't do too much with it because he didn't expect another player to be just outside of that doorway who came in and kind of punished him for throwing out that utility. He suspected something was going to come up because, you know, he wants to enter that side. The Reyna has got pretty much used 0 utility the entire map. So then you're suspecting them to come out, and then he pushed aggressively, got the kill easily, and continued to shut down the site for Finality. So great little heads-up play there, but I did love DGenZ. They really liked to rotate around to get every opening they could on the map to try and split up the forces of Finality, at least the angles they have to watch. Unfortunately, didn't do too well there, but it does show they have good communication out on the map at the moment. They just have to start finding either those opening kills or to be able to lock down these sites for the rest of their teammates to try and trade, because they're lacking on the trades at the moment, Audio.
Yeah, certainly so. It's been a little bit troubling for them to sort of find these first picks as well. Again, Weak Sauce going down in mid, so Pendulum will collect that head. But it has been really difficult for DGenZ to get anything going on the defense. It just feels like when Finality are running into these positions, the amount of time that they're taking and the way that they're going about these pushes and the noise that they're making, it is just catching DGenZ off guard every time they run in. It's definitely looking like a bit of a coordination gap here so far.
And now we've got the Storm coming towards the A side. Oh, nice orbital laser coming out, trying to block them up, split up the party. But they need to pressure them. They suspect they've split up the team, but they're not doing anything with it. They just let them onto site. There is 3 people. They're a little bit out of position. Osake, he's going to find himself one straight off the bomb plant. It's a great little assault there. Cannot find the second, however. Much needed second is not going to go his way while the smokes are going to start looking down on site. The Jet goes in aggressively. She does have daggers. She needs to use it, but she hasn't used it. Now she's going to be checking under hell. She avoids one of the paranoia. She turns away from hell at the wrong moment. It's 1 versus 1. Can Potty Rap do it here? The daggers, they've been used. Potty Rap's got to fake the defuse, but it's not going to set off the Jet. The Jet throws out a dagger, but Potty Rap cleans it up for the first round win, going DGenZ's way.
Yeah, typical there for Potty Rap. That's a fantastic play there on the side of DGenZ to just slowly and methodically push out the site, make sure they've got all the angles cleared, and eventually, take their first defuse and their first round win in the game. fantastic stuff there from Potty Rap and Osakai coming in at the very end.
And now we're moving into the 6th round. The economy, unfortunately for DGenZ, is not looking too great. They're getting some light armor picks up. Levy is not going to be able to grab himself a nice weapon. Do we see him go the Guardian route or stick to something a little bit cheaper? He does have daggers, and it looks like he's going to rely on the daggers for the round. As Mythical, he's starting to look a little bit aggressive, and Asake opens up the first kill of the round, but quickly traded out by Mythical there. And well, nice little trade in the middle shuts that down from Asake. So he gets one, and shortly after, and Weak Source is trying to find something garage. So early aggression here from Finality seems to be paying off.
Yeah, Hisoka trying to show a bit of aggression himself there, just peeking out of A main, does get picked up by Mythical in the end. Levi getting the kill onto Aleto here, however. Picks up on Zyphex as well. That's 2 kills now for the Jet on the defending side, and this is now looking like a much better fight for DGenZ.
Oh, he gets the 3rd. He gets the 4th. Levi winning the round almost single-handedly with those knives. When I thought he had nothing available to him, he pulls out the knives and grabs himself a 4K. And what a round. They're going to keep a lot of economy on their team, and he's even gone the operator. He's got guts, and I love it.
Absolutely fantastic stuff there from Levi, picking up the 4K on the round, and it's just gonna be a full buy from both teams coming forward into this round. So even sort of terms still, but if this goes wrong for either side, it is going to be a bit of a blow coming into the round following. So it'll be interesting to see what comes out of this one. We've got Hisoka, who is holding a bit more passive this round. A little bit to be expected, but we've got Finality pushing right out into A main already. And it looks like they're going to run for this defending smoke. They will just back out to let the boom bot go, but all 3 bullet shots were seemingly heard there by the Hisoka. On Levi will pick up one. Captain Max dashing out onto the side, picking up another there onto Pendulum as well. Potty Rap is now going to come in with the Killjoy ult, and this is looking very interesting for the side of Finality now. What they're going to do with DGenZ now on the front foot. Levi!
Oh my god.
Yes!
I love that. We've got Aleto. He's setting up here, but he doesn't have too much to do it. He throws out the Rolling Thunder. It's only going to delay it a little bit, but did they get that first tick on the bomb site? Levi gets the 5K for the round. This man is on fire. Oh, the operator jet combination. You love to see it.
Yeah, you said it yourself, Levi. He's looking confident. He's got the upper hand, and with that, he pulls out 5 kills, putting Finality in the dirt and now on the back foot in terms of this economy. It won't be so bad as I led to believe before, as it will be still a full buy coming through. Aleto just picking up the light armor, but still a pretty rough blow there for Finality in terms of both the just your momentum as well in terms of how the game's going.
Here's a random stat for you. Levi in 2 rounds just picked up as many kills as his team over 7 rounds actually. And here they go. They're now storming the point, and a lot of damage is being done to Finality. Aleto's trying to run through everything he can. The Omen's already on site. They might not suspect this here, and Omen does find that kill. So they've opened up the side a little bit, but the bomb is going down. So the force of the retake and the Zyphex is going to throw down that lockdown. They're a little bit out of position here. DGenZ, but Levi falls out the daggers, gets the operator shot. He sees one, he misses the first 3, he misses the final ones. He could not get the pre-fire, but his teammate was there to back him up, grab the operator, and secure themselves a lovely 4th round.
Yeah, fantastic stuff there again from the defending side. Just finally getting those picks that we were talking about just before they've sort of swung the momentum back. They were just struggling to get the first picks when Finality were running into the sites, and now that they are starting to get those with a little bit more consistency, it's starting to look like a much more even game. And now it's in fact completely swung. We've got 4 rounds on the trot here for DGenZ, and it's going to be a bulldog for Aleto here, and it's just Vandals across the board otherwise. But if they lose this round, Finality is not looking good at all for the rest of the half.
Man, it looks like they're going back to the B site. They want to just keep hammering the site. But DGenZ, they're going to peek A, and they know they've got a lot of information going on site. So they're quickly going on site, trying to get as much as they can. The flash is around, but they still haven't found anything yet. We got Reyna hiding, uses that Empress inside the boathouse. Gets one, quickly dismisses, and runs out of there. Able to survive for the life, but taking a little bit of fire through the swords. They run out into the lead, and Weak Sauce gets another with Sasaka there to back him up. They're just doing so much work here. And now they're just going to collapse onto these two on site. 1-2, Asaka gets the third for the round and another win. They've turned this around, get 5 in a row. Audio Compass, 5 in a row.
Yeah, great idea on paper there from Finality to push onto the B site, especially considering there was 3 players from DGenZ over on A. It was just Potty Rap and Weak Sauce holding down the fort on this B site, but Weak Sauce again good for that opening kill, gets the dismiss out, and Potty Rap just really solid from the site. They end up being able to get up off all the Killjoy utility, slowing down DGenZ enough that they get players over, and then they're just mincemeat by the time they get onto the site.
They've now decided we're not going to go for B at the moment. It hasn't been working too well, so they're going to try and slow plays once again. I think once they've started to pick up their pace, they've started to lose these rounds. Their kind of methodical, tactical approach is kind of fallen off pace. Once they lost a round or two, they want to try and pick this up, and Isoko is going to be hiding down here. Are they going to check wine, or are they just going to leave it be? They hear the movement, and Captain Max picks up the kill. A kill he should not have got.
They know! They had the information. They knew he was down there. They're just the tap on the ult orb to manage to pick up the kill there for Captain Max. And now it will be a push out onto the A site. No, maybe not. It's just the Mythical NZ throwing out the Lear. I got faked out myself there.
You know you're doing well when you're faking the casters out.
Yeah, fantastic tactical play there. Levi again picking up another one with the operator. Captain Max going down at his hands. Mythical NZ now with the operator headshot.
Oh man, that was a little bit unfortunate for the Reyna there. She chose to get the life instead of dismissing, and that cost her life in the middle, and then gave a great advantage over DGenZ, and they've taken the round again. So 6 rounds in a row here on defense, and this is kind of what you expect to see from Ascent. They're a little bit defender-sided, but I don't think it's this defender-sided.
Yeah, now it's looking very good for the side of DGenZ. Great economy now across the board. They won't be worrying about that for the rest of this half at the very least. Finality, on the other hand, they will need to make something work with these guns in hand. They have got the setup now outside B. It looks like a bit of a split setup again. So another potentially more slow round, just trying to feel things out and see what DGen doing in terms of their defensive side.
And there's a plenty of ultimates on the board for both teams at the moment. Mythical and Zed, if he finds himself a kill, be sure to hear that Empress getting popped and chaos raining down onto this A side here. He's getting a little bit of information. There's no one exactly on the side, and this time they're definitely checking that wine cell just in case someone's trying to sneak it on them again. But Boombot's not going to find him. He's hidden. He's out of sight. He should know that there is that race somewhere around on this right side. He checks the corner. Will he check high though? He needs to keep an eye. He doesn't. He gets high. He catches Hisoka off guard. Gets rid of the turret and he's made his way onto point. And the rest of the team are starting to collapse. Weak Sauce has to watch that middle rotation. Cannot find the kill, however. And he's just not, unfortunately, going to get any of that spray.
Yeah, Mythical catching the tiniest glimpse there and manages to pick up, just to flick back and pick up the kill. Osakai here, though, holding strong from tree, picks up 2. Zyfix will come in and pick him up in turn, but it will be just now the Killjoy, the sole survivor for Finality. Just Zyfix in the 1v3 will pick up Weak Sauce, so that is going to be now the 1v2. Potty Rap is low on HP as well. As long as Zyfix picks up the kill on his Levi here, this is looking very good now for the attacking side. And as I said before, they need to swing this one back, so Potty Rap will want to get this defused, try and break down the economy for the side of Finality.
Here we go, Potty Rap. He's got low health, but can he find the kills? He gets the spray, and he's got the defuse. That's another round going their way. Zyfix almost had it. He was holding out. He wasn't falling to those fakes, but he just thought, you know, pros don't fake. He had to check it for the second time, and that's when he got caught out and unfortunately lost his life there. I'm a little surprised, however, didn't decide to use the ultimate to try and secure that round. We will see it now in this round, but you think it could have been worth it to try and use it early to make sure you get the round, or try and save it because you feel like the round's secured?
It's definitely an interesting call there. I mean, both killjoys now with the ultimate coming forward into this round, so it's it was definitely a situation where both killjoys could have like pulled that one out, but just almost a gentleman's agreement there. A silent gentleman's agreement to just stick out the 1v1. All right, we'll now have DGenZ again posting up around mid here with weak source holding close in the smoke in mid.
Ahsoka getting a nice little cheeky kill from being pushed up all the way out where he shouldn't be, and Ahsoka, he's going to capitalize on it too with the great paranoia coming out, and they're just going to kill everyone. They just all fall. Actually, no, the paranoia was self-inflicted from Pendulum. I was wondering, wait, where'd that paranoia come from? And it was friendly fire. Oh, that's not how you want to end a half there, audio.
Yeah, going down. Messing up on the Omen and then getting taken out by the Brimstone. It's very telling, isn't it, Pendulum? Maybe comfort picks aren't the worst thing in the world, you know? It's yeah, coming forward into this next half now, 8-4 is definitely a formidable scoreline as far as the defense is concerned. But really, and this is where DGenZ comp is designed to sort of come alive. If the three duelists can really capitalize on you know getting picks early in the round, it will mean wonders for DGenZ and potentially a really easy roll out of this round. Levi will pick up the first kill here, taking out Pendulum and Captain Max here in mid. We'll lose Osakai, but with some damage on Leto here, it's definitely DGenZ looking in a much better position coming into this round. We'll now see the dash out onto B site. Levi will be taken out by Zyphex, but Potty Rap was there to trade that one out as well. DGenZ looking super solid to close out now.
I just want to apologize to the viewers. I pressed the wrong hotkey and we missed all of that towards the B site. So my apologies. I am casted and also broadcasting at the same time. Sometimes you get mixed up a little bit. So just letting you all know now, over the next hour and a half, or when I screw up, it is definitely my fault. And Mythical NZ comes onto point, finds himself the first kill against Ahsoka, and now it is 1 versus 2. Can he do it? Mythical NZ is going strong and he picks up the third. He is on fire with that ghost and they pick up a much needed round. They needed the first round of this half to feel comfortable to bring it back to DGenZ. And audio, we have a game on our hands.
Yeah, with the reload in there as well, Mythical NZ still manages to pick up the kill on Weak Source coming in at the end there. Now, that is both pistols going the way of Finality. So don't want to read into it too much.
I'm reading into it a lot.
yeah. This is definitely the almanac of esports information. You know, the pistol round on the very beginning of the half. That is the most vital information that you could have.
Look at this from
rest of the round is going to go.
From DGenZ. They're force buying here. They're ready for this. The Leer goes out. They might not be expecting this. And we get themselves 1 kill on Leto. Mythical, unfortunately, doesn't choose to dismiss and gets punished for it again with the aggressive push into the smoke. And now they're fighting against the site. 3 versus 4. What can they do? Finality is on the retake here, and we've seen that they can defend these sites well, but we've seen even stronger that DGenZ can retake these. So now we are just holding on to site Zyphex, waiting for that smoke to go. The time is ticking, and the clock is running out. Finality here on the retake.
Yeah, just obviously Potty Rap is on 6 HP here, so not a lot of hope for him as far as holding the site down goes. But Osakai and Hisoka holding very strong indeed, managing to get the kills there. Leto will get 2, but will get taken out in the end as well. Hisoka holding strong there from the A main position will clean up that round. That was a strong investment from both sides. Didn't really say it in the end, but it was Spectres across the board on both teams there, with Finality taking heavy armor and with DGenZ taking the light armor. And DGenZ clinching that round is huge, especially now that we've got guns in the hands of DGenZ and Finality just sitting there with pistols. This could be a very quick run over for the rest of this map now, D-Swell.
Yes, now they're going to try and capitalize on the blinds and utility all used. Now it's up to Pendulum. We'll have to try and hold the side, but he's calling for the rotates before he moves in, and they don't have too much as he pulls out his knife to start working on the door. He gets it, but we see an aggressive push coming from Levi. He's sitting in the smoke. Who's going to move first? Who's got their weapons out? We see one Brim holding utility. He gets flashed as he retreats. He gets the smoke down. They're all here. Aleto finally gets a kill, but they return fire with all the Spectres. The Spear of Firepower will be enough though. Mythical, he does have the Empress if needed. He's now got himself a Spectre. The Lear goes on out. He walks through the fire and gets burnt in the flames. It was actually smoke, but good enough. And Captain Max finds himself one. So very strong push there coming from DGenZ to take another round.
Yeah, fantastic stuff again. Now we'll see guns coming into all players across the map. So we've got Captain Max who is selecting, opting to go for the operator here. So we'll see him setting up towards this A main position, sort of, or sorry, rather towards Catwalk, picking out here across mid. So we'll see if he can yield anything here, like his counterpart Levi did so spectacularly at the start of their swing back on this map. But yeah, it'll just be a quick push out here into mid. Osakai picking up the kill on Pendulum at the very bottom of mid as well. So this is already yielding results here for the side of DGenZ.
Oh, Finality just getting pushed further and further back. I mean, you've watched their position. They started off the round aggressive, but in 20 seconds, that's all changed. Smokes are out. Captain Max is going to once again retreat, and the teammates just fall over and over again. He's got no one to the left of him, no one to the right of him, and, well, there's barely anyone left on the map at all. Mythical NZ, though, he's showing what he can do with the rest of his kills. He gets the Empress up, but it's a little loose too late with a great operator shot in the back lines. Now it's starting to even on up here. There's two very strong competitors here with Captain Max and Mythical NZ. Can they do it? First kill, he gets it. He gets out of there with the dismiss. Wonderful usage from the ultimate. Gets another one. And now it's 1 versus 1, but he dismisses too early and gets shut down from his counterpart Wheat Sauce. What looked to be almost a miracle round from Mythical. Unfortunately went down a little early.
Yeah, Captain Max unfortunately just peeking the edge of heaven there, gets his head ripped off from the low ground there by Weak Sauce, and the rest is history. It's now 11-5 and looking worse and worse for Finality's chances at clawing back into this map. And just a reminder, D-Swell, this is Finality's map pick, so it's yeah, looking a little bit rough here to start off this best of 3 series.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to lose that first one, and Levi finding himself a kill already off the bat against Mythical, and that's going to hurt team morale when your strongest player goes on down within the first couple of seconds of the round. It's like, oh, you start to take up these defensive positions, you start to not want to take these fights, and oh, Levi just missing a shot there with a little bit of inaccuracy penalty from the movement there, wasn't able to complete stop, and they've now opened up the site. We've got Aleto alone, and he will be shut down, so not much is lost. It was a save round, so we're gonna have to see 7 rounds in a row, and it's not like we haven't seen that before in this match.
That is very true. This is definitely still possible for the side of Finality, but as you said, it's gonna have to be 7 on the trot to just get to overtime here. It is gonna be as far as the buy is concerned, it's gonna be an operator on both jets for each team, and you can see here. If you pull up the tab screen, we have got the Jets meeting in the middle of the scoreboard, which is definitely not where you want to be if you're Captain Max.
A statistic that no one wants to see. Back when they watch this VOD, they're gonna be like cursing your name out. They're like, oh.
Yeah, it's yeah, not too pretty there, but as far as this round is concerned, it'll just be a bit of noise made around mid. Hisoka, though, has pushed out and will get the kill onto Finality. That's Mythical NZ here.
Man, they're causing a lot of confusion at the moment. They got the kill on A, and then they throw down the lockdown on the map. You can see they're not sure which way to go at the moment. The lockdown's down, but it's not being used. They're waiting for it. They're not pushing the site or anything. They're not going to find much, and Cyphex is just waiting for his team, and this is the correct decision. They still have their own counter lockdown. They've got their orbital laser. They're ready for this retake here, but they need to find the next kill, or this is going to look grim.
Yeah, Weak Sauce standing right here. This like Mexican stand up the corner here for Zyphex. You see here the Razor being used from the side of Ahsoka now, who will go off. Won't get any kills from that. Zyphex will in fact kill Weak Source, who's peeking into the defender's spawn. Levi with the operator now will get a first kill off. Ahsoka will invest the ult here to take down the lockdown and does pick up Zyphex along with that as well. So it's looking very good here for the side of DGenZ once again. There's 2 kills going back this way of Finality. Aledo with the last kill as well, taking out Potty Rap in Boat Shed will secure this round. So Finality still in this, just.
Just is right there. It was a great orbital laser that was used from Finality, shut down that lockdown. It was almost perfect play coming from DGenZ, but they didn't suspect that orbital laser was going to be used. And then, unfortunately, Zyphex, he was running to get out of there and just burnt to a crisp under the orbital laser. But they managed to turn it around with great crossfire, great return kills, and they managed to, you know, click heads. It's what you need to do in Valorant. Click them heads and you win it. It came down to the mechanical skill at the end, and they got that 6th round. And, well, that's a round. That's a defuse, but it's still looking rough.
Yeah, it's going to take everything here from Finality to claw their way back into this one. Zyphex without any armor at all. Captain Max, however, this is definitely a good start. Gets the first kill onto Weak Source, just pushing out there into A main with the operator. It's now the 4v5 for the attacking side. We've got Levi postured very aggressively here around mid. He's going to run into Aledo here. Aledo sees the shoulder, gets a few shots off. Tags Levi up a little bit, but won't get the full damage off to secure the kill. And Ahsoka now just chilling here in mid with Potty Rap now sort of moving closer to that B side.
A little bit unfortunate there. There was no backup watching that A side, and they forced and pushed Mythical as he went to aggressively find himself a kill, which he could have got, but it got shut down from great crossfire from teammates backing each other up there on Finality, and now they're all over the place. Levi, he's sneaking up from behind, and then you got Potty Rap just checking the site. The bomb is over at B, players are in the middle, and then everyone's thinking it's an A hit. It's just, it's chaos.
Yeah, Ahsoka picking up the timing perfectly there as well. Just as Mythical goes to peek out into mid, he runs out of A main, and this looks like this is gonna be the map for DGenZ. Yeah, 13-6. Ahsoka picking up 3 in the end to finish off the round. Fantastic stuff from the side of DGenZ to pull that game back from what looked like a very rough start.
My God, it looked scary at the start. You saw, let's have a look at the timeline. You saw the amount of wins that just went to Finality's way. They played really well. They played strong. It looked like nothing was going to slow them down. Then all of a sudden, DGenZ, they came out of nowhere. They started to pull rounds over and over again. It looked like once we saw that Finality lost their rhythm, they lost their tactical plays, because the first 4 or 5 rounds, it took like maybe an hour to play. I mean, we went for so long. Those rounds were calculated, they were waiting, they were patient. But once DGenZ decided to pick up that pace, Finality, they didn't know what to do, how to respond against it, and they just lost round after round after round, and as they tried to figure things out. So, like you said during the middle of the match, it was Finality's map choice, and they've lost it. That hurts.
It does. It hurts a lot, and I think it was definitely a bit of an off-kilter composition that DGenZ brought out, and I think it maybe just caught Finality a little bit off guard. They couldn't adapt to it in the end. As soon as DGenZ figured out what they really wanted to do with the duelists, started, as you said, picking up that tempo, and really showing off what the duelists were capable of doing. It just ended up being a bit of a run over for DGenZ.
Mm-hmm. And the next map, it's going to be Haven, is a DGenZ pick. And, well, after the aggression we saw, aggression rewards teams in Haven, because you storm these sites, you get in there fast, you use your utility straight away, you now own it, and there's just so many angles you have to push on some of these sites. Like, you look at, I think it is A site, there's just a lot of verticality, that different angles you have to check, and there's a lot of smokes you can cover, but it just doesn't get everything. And I feel like if Finality can't pick up their pace, or at least their aggression against DGenZ, and just let DGenZ run this show, it's going to be very hard on Haven to turn things back around. And if we don't see that first pistol round go well, Finality, I'm afraid. I mean, you shouldn't be afraid before it started, but I'm afraid.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens here from the just from the loading screen. Whether we like what sort of heroes we'll see coming out onto Haven as well. Now, this is definitely a site where when it comes to the triple duelist, it's probably it is probably a little bit more viable on Haven than anywhere else, really, when it comes to just playing a lot more high tempo and just sort of using utility and committing a lot of utility and then just sort of faking off and but still having the strength to then hit another site really strong. I think that's definitely what really gave DGenZ the sort of the leg up coming out of that match. And if they bring that similar sort of energy and that similar sort of look to Haven, it could look very scary for Finality here.
So we'll just be going to a break while we wait for our players to jump into map number 2. So stay tuned, as this is the best of 3, and we got more Valorant action coming up shortly.